here we go. 25.1.
25.1 was just given to us. It was released, not in the way I expected it. But we've got a 15-minute AMRAP, as many, it'll be calculated as reps as possible, of 3 lateral burpee, 3 dumbbell hang clean to overhead, and 30 feet of walking lunges. So taking apart each of these moves, right, that lateral burpee is sideways over the dumbbell. The dumbbell hang clean to overhead is getting that dumbbell from a hang position to our shoulder and then going overhead. You can do a strict press, or push jerk. All of them are good as long as you're locked out at the top. And then that 30 feet of walking lunges is with no weight. It's body weight lunges.
Not too tricky.
Just straightforward capacity.
Yep, not too tricky. So let's get into some things to consider for this workout. Let's talk about pace side of the gate here. So, you know, a couple buckets you might fall into here is if this is your first open, then, or you just haven't been doing CrossFit very long, your pace probably is something that you want to start off almost feeling like this is too slow to really feel the workout get to you first versus off and running. And review how you're feeling after 5 or 6 minutes. That's probably going to be the round 9. Yeah, probably the round of 9, maybe starting the round of 12, is to really review how things are feeling and gauge if you got to continue that pace, maybe slow down a little bit to catch your breathing, or if you've paced it correctly, maybe to speed up.
Yeah, my first tip is burpee footwork. So if we're coming over to the burpee here, right, you want to be as comfortable as you can when you're getting over the dumbbell. So the standard, right, is that you just got to jump over the dumbbell and your foot can't hit it. So you want to be super consistent, super comfortable here, that when you're going over, you want to have an option that not only saves you energy, but that you're never going to mess up. If doing this kind of crossfoot messes you up, I wouldn't tell you to do that. I want you to be consistent. If this is more comfortable and you can always do that consistently, pick that, right? Consistency is key. But just having that the same every time is going to help you be more consistent and stick to your paces on those burpees.
Right. So second thing to think about is on that dumbbell, unbroken or breaking it up. And the thing to consider here is if you can hang on to it as long as possible, absolutely do that, because once you set it down, wherever that might be in the workout, the mental thoughts of picking it back up will always lengthen out the time that dumbbell is on the floor. Mm-hmm. So you're going to try to, one, hang on to it, not put it down as long as possible, which that probably means finding places to switch your arms so you're not overly fatiguing one arm.
Right, and speaking of switching hands, right, you want to kind of have a plan about that. If you're, let's say, right, the rule is that you don't have to switch hands, right? If you really want to
use all one side,
which is ridiculous, right? Because it will fatigue way faster. But you want to kind of have a plan, right? Each of these numbers can, thankfully, are multiples of 3. So if you really wanted to, you could do 3 on one side, 3 on the other, and keep switching that way. Personally, the way I'm going to do it is I'm probably going to switch every single rep because I'm really comfortable with that switching. But come tomorrow, I might change my mind, right? But always reviewing and thinking about, like, you want to have a plan going in, and instead of like, I'm going to go this hand until it can't anymore and then switch, right? You want to be consistent, just like our burpee footwork, right? Just like our paces, we want everything to be planned out ahead of time. Consistency, again, is key on this workout here.
Right. So let's talk about the turnaround here and how and when you might consider turning around here. So as I finish my dumbbell work and I'm going through my lunges and I'm covering my 15 feet, my dumbbell is back there and it is going to be facing me as I return. So I'm going through my 15 feet, and as I come back, I don't have to necessarily turn around. I can get right past, there's my 15 feet. I can start my burpees right there if I want. If I prefer, because I'm going to have to turn around anyway in the next round, if I prefer, I can finish my lunges, turn around and start my burpees, but that's a decision that you want to consider before you begin. Regardless, you're always going to have to turn around to some capacity to continue this workout. Either I lunge and turn around to start my burpees, or I do my burpees facing this way and then I turn around to begin that next round with my dumbbell and then going into those lunges. So that's something to consider.
Yeah. Another thing on that turnaround, right, is you can be, right, you can do the dumbbells facing the other way too, right, and then just turn around for lunges. That's
For sure.
right, so picking where you want.
Where you want that turnaround to happen.
About the lunges, right, my last tip here is to recover on the lunge. If we're looking at round 1 here, 3 lateral burpees, 3 dumbbell hang clean to overhead, doesn't take very long, and that lunge still doesn't take very long, right? It's a down and back, 15 feet down, 15 feet back, 30 feet total. We're used to doing 50 feet at a crack typically, right? Somewhere around there, 25 feet down, 25 feet back. About round 2, right? Once this becomes 6 and 6, already those 2 moves take a lot longer than 30 feet of total lunging.
Yep.
Right, so you want to, as you get deeper into the workout, treat this walking lunge like a recovery. We're not trying to rush this move because it doesn't increase, right? These 2 moves, they increase as you go. So you gotta like be dialed in on those moves, and you can relax your grip, right? Your core is less worked on the lunges, so trying to almost slow down a little bit on those lunges because it's gonna be 30 feet either way. Those won't change. So be in recovery mode on those lunges is going to help you out.
Yeah. So, well, my thought is I was not expecting any of this at all. So,
yeah,
really not sure how to approach it. I know that it's just going to be a very pacing kind of a workout.
yeah. I mean, we're all here for 15 minutes, whether you like it or not.
No matter what you do.
Right. Yeah, I was lateral burpees, not lateral. I thought burpee, but then these other 2 moves threw me for a loop. Did not see those coming.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, if you're more experienced on this one, you're going to want to start hot and try to hang on. Meaning, if you're more experienced, you're going to want to get into that 3-6-9 real fast and then get yourself into those 12s quick.
Because you'll have a buffer, right? Like you're not going to burn out too much in 3 reps, 6 reps, and maybe not 9 reps, right? So you'll be able to get into the deeper part quicker.
And see where you land on that.
Yeah.
There it is.
First open workout.
First open workout.
2025.
We'll see you on the leaderboard.